Welcome to Thoughts for Growth, your 5-minute or so spark to see our world differently. Brought to you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays by K-Wave 6 Radio. Now, here's today's thought.
Think of the future that we could create. Face the facts today. There's a better way. There's a better way.
Hi, and welcome to Thoughts for Growth. Over this past weekend, I had the pleasure of talking to a number of friends and some family members. And there's one subject that kind of kept coming up repeatedly. One person was saying that she was noticing that there's a lot of films out that are pointing towards what, in looser terms, end of the world scenarios. And I was just not too long ago in Facebook, and somebody had posted something about the gray state, and talking about if we don't, or if, let's just put it this way, if the United States doesn't elect Hillary Clinton in 2016, you're going to be forced to get RFID chips installed into your arm. You're going to get marked on your arm. You're going to have to register everything through electronic means to buy food, of course, water and your utilities. Then it's going to go into a police state. And the question basically is this for real? And even if it is for real, what are you going to do about it now? Because once it happens, it's going to be virtually impossible to reverse it. There's an old expression that goes like this: you can vote yourself into slavery, but you cannot vote yourself out of slavery. So, looking at it even from a friend of mine's point of view from earlier this past weekend, she was talking about she's a teacher's assistant, and she cannot afford to get a bigger apartment for herself and her 2 children. And we came about in a discussion, small discussion, about another teacher who had given up teaching to do something else to get money, and it wasn't a flattering job for a woman, but she could afford to live a better life. Now, I may have made a wrong turn in my comment there, but the question that I really want to bring up is this: what will you do to keep what you want or to get what you want? Now, I'm assuming that the answers would be you would do something legal, but the question is, and this is what I'm really drawing at, is the societies, the governments, the corporations that are really pushing and running this country. Now, you can say you don't believe the corporations are, but if you know anything about super PACs, then you know that who is financing the political realm. But with that being said, they're pushing everyone into a point of you have to make a choice of what do you really want to do? What do you want to accomplish? This is going on for police officers, they're going on for teachers, they're going for anybody. If you want to stay in your house, your apartment, your whatever you're living in, how much are you willing to do, or what are you willing to do to keep what you have or to make your life better? You're being forced into a point of slavery. It's nothing but slavery, and I don't care how you want to look at it. You're forced to do something you don't want to do, but then again, you accepted a job, which means I accept to work for somebody else for this amount of money. Okay, with all this being said, my constant question to everybody is, when will you decide what is most important for you, and when will you see that even police are saying, hey, I have to take care of my families, and if I leave my job, then my family suffers. So it's going to be an evil chain of pass the buck, because this is what my boss says, and this is what I have to do to you to keep my family going. This is what your possible future is, because nothing is set in stone for the future, at least not as far as we are concerned. We can change certain things. But how are you going to go about doing it? Are you going to say, I have to have? Or are you going to eventually go, I will have to sacrifice, just like our forefathers did, to get something better, not only for me, but for my children and their children and down the line. But if we're going to be selfish and greedy about it, this is just going to perpetuate itself into something that's really no good for anybody. That's my thought for the day, and I hope you make the right decisions. Be well and do take care.
Think of the future that we could create.